We're gonna start with the big news out of the NBA. My guy Russell Westbrook is out of there, out of Houston, going to the nation's capital, DC, in a trade that involves point guard John Wall and a protected first round pick for the Wizards. This is Westbrook's third team in 3 years, while Wall looks to start fresh, being the number two to James Harden, and along with his college teammate Boogie Cousins, DeMarcus Cousins. Who wants to start first? Or I can go first. Who won this trade?
This is on you, buddy. This is for you.
For mine? All right, I'll
Yeah.
go first. I like the move. I think due to what the way Russ Westbrook contract is structured, he can't go to a contender that's want to eat that contract, and his style of play isn't conducive to winning to some. I think going to Washington, being a second to Bradley Beal, I do believe it's still Bradley Beal's team. I think he go up there, still put up his tremendous numbers, but while also playing a mentor role, building up stars like the rookie they just drafted from Israel. They have Trent Brown, and they have Rui Hachimura, I think, and he's along with his old head coach Scotty Brooks. So I do see this Washington team as a playoff team. I think a 7-8 spot is not out of the question. I don't know what that does for your Atlanta Hawks, Carter, but I do think the Wizards will be in the playoffs. On the other side of the coin, I don't know what Houston's doing. I can't say. I think they're going to just try to see if this this can just work out with Cousins and with the new head coach. But if things go south in the season, I do think they will eventually trade Harden before the March trade deadline they announced today. Carter, do you agree?
I think the Wizards will make the offs. I agree there. I do. I think the Rockets make the playoffs, but I think people are really gonna see that Russell wasn't the problem. Nor do I think John Wall will be the problem.
Oh, are you blaming James Harden?
I don't think Harden's necessarily the problem. I think it's just the way he plays is just not good for everybody else. It's good for him. If that makes sense. So he'll have his stats. You know, he's gonna get his. I hope Boogie looks good. I heard Christian Wood is actually going to probably be their starting center, but I hope Boogie and Wall get some reps together and get the hoop together, and Harden fits in there. It's just John Wall can play better off the ball than Russell Westbrook, so I guess that might be why they feel that way about him. And then from a DC money standpoint, you gonna pay Russell Westbrook less than you was paying John Wall, so why not? However, you got the superstar and Mr. Triple Double himself, and you gave up your first round pick. So that means
I don't think the pick matters. That's just my.
I think they all in on. I think the pick definitely mattered. I think the pick was like you getting a better player, so you need to send the pick.
Yeah, but like I feel it's kind of like what Colin Coward be saying. I kind of agree with him when it comes to NBA draft, where the players in the NBA draft, they aren't franchise. It's rare that you find a franchise changing player. There's only that handful of players that just change a franchise, like Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, and they can't make it to the finals or make it to the conference finals except for Tatum. So it's like I don't think the pick like inherently matters. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, I mean the pick won't probably be anybody.
Take your time. Boy got distracted. Boy got.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I think the pick won't be anybody like that'll make a immediate impact. But I do think the pick says like it's just that language in the kind to say that we got the better player.
Gotcha.
But the pick probably won't be. The pick won't be a lottery pick if they make the off. So whatever.
Demond, a couple weeks ago, you got on my boy Westbrook about his play style, and you say he should go to the Knicks or potentially the Suns before the Chris Paul trade. But the Wizards pulled the trigger and acquired him. What do you think, man? Do you think he could help Bradley Beal lead his team to the playoffs?
I'm gonna flip the script. I do.
Oh, wow.
I like it, bro. I like the move for Westbrook. I feel, in all with respect, Westbrook is a great player. He's a superstar. And a backcourt of his stature, him and Bradley Beal, I think.
Yep.
I think they're both all-stars. I think they're a playoff team. I think they are able to gel quicker than some of these other teams, say Atlanta or some of these teams who are going through changing periods. I think the Pacers take a step back this year and stuff like that. But I think the Wizards are very interesting with Russ and John Wall, and they re-signed Davis Bertans for the bag. I'm not really sure what other moves they made, but they have Russ has shooters. He has two grade A shooters. Right. So for the Rockets though, I love it. Yeah, I love it all the way. John Wall with Harden and Boogie. I mean, I was excited to see Harden with a big like Boogie anyway. I don't think they're gonna be. I didn't think they were gonna be great on the defensive end, but you get John Wall in there, that changes the whole philosophy of that. Them guys are gonna want to play together. I'm excited to see how it looks. John Wall is gonna delegate to Harden. Harden can play off the ball a little bit more, and
what?
He can play off the ball a little bit more with John Wall.
He could play off the ball with Russell.
Not in the same way.
Yes, he could. If you're off the ball, you're off the ball.
You understand what I'm saying?
Like, he didn't want to play off the ball. That's why I think they want John Wall, because John Wall is a better off-ball player than Russell is.
I think they're just a better mix of their playing styles fitting together.
I think after a certain amount of time, we got to stop blaming every point guard that come in every year now.
I don't think there was any blame on Chris Paul. I just feel like the injuries are valid blame. He couldn't stay healthy.
A lot of people blame Chris, and a lot of people blame Russ.
I don't blame Chris. Chris is a Hall of Famer. Chris is going to get this year out the way with Phoenix, and he's going to go to LA next year. He's going to do what he has to. Something's going to happen. Chris is going to get a ring before he goes out.
No, he probably is going to. This is last year on contract, so.
But anyways, I just feel like you're saying blame all the point guards. So I do blame him and Russell Westbrook. I don't blame Chris Paul. I don't blame Harden. It's just the Warriors.
You blame who in Russell Westbrook?
I blame Harden and Russell Westbrook, and I blame the front office for trading their big and not giving them a chance. But I don't really feel like there's blame.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to the championships every time they lost. The guys who won the championship. Or went to the championship.
Fair.
So you have this notion that Harden folds in the playoffs and he doesn't play as dominant. And Kobe said it, and we talked about it in the chat today, like his play style doesn't translate to winning. So like Bruiser said, you see how it goes. And if they don't think his play style is changing with John Wall or what they're trying to do this year, we'll see what happens.
You trade it. We just don't know where.
I know where. I know where.
Not happening. Better
go to the finals regardless, but Harden would make them being the Nets the favorite.
Why he not wearing 0?
In my opinion.
I don't know, but they said he wanted to wear 4. He wore 4 in UCLA, and he wanted to wear 4 in OKC before it was retired.
Hey, that's hard.
4 it is.
Was 4 retired in Seattle?
I think so. I think that's why he couldn't wear it.
Is that Gary?
No, Gary was 20. 4. Sean Kemp wasn't 4. He was 40 something. He was 40.
Good for Westbrook, man. He gonna shock a lot of people this year. I think he's a starter in the East with Kyrie for the guard spots. In my opinion, that's the starters I see. Guard spots: Russell Westbrook and Kyrie. That's on wax. Guarantee.
Oh, he wore
Nick Collison?
Oh, you know they mess with Nick Collison.
That's who the jersey retired for.
He wore 4 in high school, but it was taken at UCLA and taken in OKC.
It was taken when he got the OKC, yeah. The jerseys retired by the Thunder are 1, 4, 10, 19, 24, 32, 43. Jack, Sigma, Fred Brown, Spencer Haywood, Lenny Wilkins, legend. Nate McMillan, legend.
Before we get off the big trade, what's a better best friend duo, John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, or D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns?
John Wall and Boogie.
Let's go.
There's no snitching going on.
I think it's Cat and D'Angelo, but if you asked me this question a couple years ago, it would have been John Wall and Boogie. I just think they both coming off bad. They both coming off Achilles injuries. So it's just hard to give it to them.
Injuries don't affect no player.
But I respect them. I respect the hell out of them. I respect them a lot. They was both was two of my favorite players. So it's just I want to see them do good, and at the same time I want to see Cat do good. But in D-Lo.
When you start like loving Cat like this, I'm just
I
asking.
I had I liked him when he first came in the league, and then the Embiid thing made me feel like dang, and then everything that's been going on in his life and stuff. I got respect for Cat. So
Boy, back Jordan Wiz too. He win.
He is winning.